My love, you are not behind. If you can't see the door today, it may simply mean you are in the hallway where life is arranging things, aligning people, softening timing, and strengthening you in ways you cannot measure yet. And I want you to hear this gently. The hallway is not a punishment. The hallway is preparation. The hallway is where you become the version of you who can walk through the door and stay there with peace. Now, so many of us think that the best things should come quickly. We think, if it's meant for me, it should arrive easily. But the deepest gifts often require ripening. Not because you are slow, not because you did something wrong, but because life is doing it right. Sometimes a blessing needs to grow roots before it blooms. Sometimes a relationship needs healing before it can be healthy. Sometimes your nervous system needs to feel safe before you can truly receive what you've been asking for. And if you try to pull a seedling out of the ground to check it, you disturb the very process that is helping it grow. So, I want to teach you a skill, because faith is not just a feeling, it is a practice. Trusting what you cannot see is a skill. It is like believing in a seed underground. You don't stand over the soil screaming, "Grow!" You water, you wait. You let the sun do what it does. You allow time to be part of the miracle. And my dear, not yet does not mean not ever. It simply means something is still arranging itself into the shape that can hold you. And here is something else that will free your heart. The presence of something difficult does not cancel the goodness that is on its way. A hard day does not erase a bright future. A disappointing moment does not mean the universe forgot you. It just means you are human and you are moving through a chapter. We confuse "I'm uncomfortable" with "I'm unsafe." We confuse "I'm waiting" with "I'm abandoned." But waiting can be holy. Waiting can be a kind of quiet protection. Waiting can be the universe saying, "Not this door, sweetheart. Not yet. I have a better one." Now let's talk about timing in a way that is real, not cheesy, not vague. When life feels delayed, it often means you are being calibrated for the thing you want. And that can look like learning a new skill. It can look like releasing an old pattern. It can look like healing the part of you that would sabotage the blessing the moment it arrives. It can look like building self-worth so you don't accept half of what you deserve. It can look like practicing boundaries so you can keep your peace once you receive your good. Sometimes you are not being held back. You are being strengthened. You are being refined. You are being supported into readiness. Because the door you want is not just an event, it is a lifestyle. It is a new normal. And life wants you to be able to live there. Have you ever noticed how, when you are impatient, you can make choices that cost you more time? When you are desperate, you can step through the wrong door just because it is open. You can accept the job that drains you, the relationship that repeats the old pain, the agreement that betrays your values simply because you wanted relief. That's why timing is not only when, timing is also who you are when it arrives. It is the right moment meeting the right version of you. So if you are in a waiting season, here is a loving question. What if this season is not empty? What if it is building the exact stability you've been praying for? What if the universe is not slow, but wise? What if it is preventing you from stepping into something before you are truly supported inside? Now let me give you something I call active patience. Because patience does not mean sitting in despair. Patience does not mean putting your life on hold while you suffer. Active patience means you live well while you trust. You keep your heart open while you stay grounded. You learn, you practice, you nourish yourself. You do what you can do today, and you allow life to handle the rest. Active patience is when you say, I will still make dinner with love. I will still take care of my body. I will still speak kindly to myself. I will still show up for the next step. You don't wait like a prisoner. You wait like a gardener. And if your mind starts to panic, if it says, what if nothing happens? What if it's too late? What if I missed my chance? Then you come back to your anchor. You do not wrestle with fear for hours. You give it one loving sentence and you return to peace. You know, it's only a thought, and thoughts can be changed. So let's do your mini practice now. 20 seconds, right where you are. Put your hand on your heart. Feel the warmth of your own touch. Feel the steadiness of your breath. And say softly, I am safe in the waiting. Now exhale slowly, as if you are letting go of tension you've been carrying for weeks, and whisper, life is preparing something good. I knows. Again, softly, I am safe in the waiting. And exhale, life is preparing something good. Good. That's the nervous system learning trust. That's the inner child hearing you. That's you becoming the person who can stay peaceful while life rearranges itself. Now I want you to hold your anchor affirmation close, not like a slogan, but like a gentle truth you practice. Say it to yourself in the shower. Say it while you drive. Say it when you check your email. Say it when your mind wants to spiral. Say it like medicine, not like pressure. Unexpected doors are opening for me every day. I trust life's timing. And here is the secret. Unexpected doors are often small at first. They can look like an idea, a phone call, a friend mentioning something, a sudden feeling to apply for something, a cancellation that creates space for a better yes, a moment of clarity that saves you from an old pattern. Don't dismiss the small openings. Life often whispers before it sings. The universe often nudges before it delivers. So if today feels quiet, don't assume nothing is happening. Quiet can be the hallway. Quiet can be the womb of your next season. Quiet can be the time when roots go deep, and deep roots create lasting peace. My love, you do not have to force the door. You do not have to chase the timing. You do not have to punish yourself for not seeing results fast enough. Your work is simpler and kinder. Stay present, stay willing, stay loving. Do the next right thing. And let life do what life does best. Support you, guide you, and open the door when you are ready to walk through it with confidence. So say it with me now, gently, like a promise you can keep. Unexpected doors are opening for me every day. I trust life's timing. And if you forget, you simply begin again, because life loves you, and it is not finished with you yet. You don't have to be strong right now. Just open. Open your hands. Open your jaw. Open your shoulders. Open the tight little fist you've been making inside your chest as you try to figure it out and force life to cooperate, because the moment a door closes, so many of us tighten, don't we? We brace like we're about to be hit, and we start telling ourselves stories at lightning speed. I missed it. I ruined it. I'm not good enough. I'm stuck. This always happens to me. And sweetheart, those stories don't come from truth. They come from fear. They come from old memories. They come from the part of you that learned long ago to interpret no as rejection and waiting as punishment. So let's begin by giving your body a different message. Take a breath, a slow one. Feel the breath come in and feel it go out. Let that exhale be a soft surrender, and say quietly, right where you are, it's only a thought, and a thought can be changed, because it can. And when you change the thought, the world begins to change with you. Now I want to talk about the ritual, the simple, powerful way you meet a closed door without collapsing into self-blame. I'm not interested in you becoming positive in a brittle, forced way. I'm interested in you becoming grounded and gentle and strong in the deepest sense, strong enough to stay with yourself, strong enough to keep your heart open while life rearranges the furniture, strong enough to say, I may not like this moment, but I do not abandon myself in this moment. That is real self-love. That is real power. And it begins with understanding one beautiful truth. A closed door is not always rejection. Sometimes a closed door is protection. Sometimes it is timing. Sometimes it is redirection. Sometimes it is life saying, not this one. Darling, this one would have cost you too much. And if you can learn to hear that, you will stop fighting with life and start flowing with it. You will stop turning every pause into a verdict about your worth. So here's the first part of the ritual. When you notice a door has closed, an email that never comes back, an opportunity that disappears, a person who pulls away, a plan that suddenly doesn't work, pause before you react. Don't rush to fix it. Don't rush to force it. Don't rush to chase it. Put your hand on your heart, because that hand is a signal. It says, I am here. And then breathe in and out 3 times, slowly, not to be dramatic, not to be spiritual, just to tell your nervous system that you are safe enough to choose your response. And then you say, very softly, life loves you enough to redirect you. Let your body hear that. Let the tight part of you hear that. Let the frantic part of you hear that. Because if you can accept that life might actually be kind, your whole inner world relaxes. And relaxed people see options that frightened people miss. Frightened people fixate on the one door. Relaxed people notice the hallway, and the hallway is where the next door appears. Now, the second part of the ritual is language, because language creates pictures, and pictures create feelings, and feelings create actions. The mind does not respond well to scolding. It responds to direction. So when you feel blocked, you don't say, what is wrong with me? Because that question is a trap. It assumes you are broken and it sends you searching for evidence. And your mind will always find evidence if that's what you ask for. Instead, you give yourself a sentence that is like a warm shawl around your shoulders, a sentence that turns you back toward trust. This is the sentence. Thank you for protecting me from what is not for me. I know something better is coming. Say it once, slowly, then say it again, softer. And if you feel resistance, that's okay. Resistance is just fear trying to stay in charge. You don't fight resistance, you don't shame it, you breathe and you repeat. Because repetition is how you teach the subconscious. You are not trying to convince yourself in one moment. You are planting a seed. You are creating a new pathway. You are building a new inner home where you do not collapse when life says, not that. And here is something important. When you say something better is coming, I do not mean you sit on the couch and wait for a miracle to knock on the door. I mean you relax your grip on the wrong door so your hands are free to receive the right one. I mean you stop obsessing over one outcome so you can notice the support that is already here. I mean you stop making the closed door mean, I am not chosen, and you let it mean, I am being guided, because guidance is real. You have felt it in your life before. There were times you didn't get what you wanted, and later you were grateful. Not because you were being punished, because you were being positioned. Sometimes you were being spared. Sometimes you were being refined. Sometimes you were being led to grow in a way that would make the next chapter possible. And if you can remember that now, you will treat yourself differently in the waiting. You will stop beating yourself up for being human. Now we move into the third part of the ritual, releasing self-blame. Because this is where so many people lose their power. A door closes and they turn inward like a judge and jury. Why am I stuck? What did I do wrong? What's wrong with me? And sweetheart, that is not inquiry. That is punishment. That is not growth. That is fear wearing a mask. And fear loves to keep you busy accusing yourself. Because as long as you are accusing yourself, you are not listening to your inner wisdom. So we replace the old sentence with a new one. When you feel the urge to say, why am I stuck? You stop and you say, I am being led. Say it like a simple fact, not like a plea. I am being led. And then you add, I am safe in the hallway. Because that is what it feels like, doesn't it? A hallway. You left one room, the next room isn't open yet, and your mind wants to panic, but your heart can learn to trust. So you tell your heart the truth. You are not abandoned. You are in transition, and transitions are sacred. They are the pause where life rearranges things out of your sight. Now, as you practice this, you may notice a funny thing. The mind will argue. It will say, no, this is rejection. It will say, no, this is proof nothing works. It will say, no, you're just making excuses. And this is where you become so gentle and so firm. You do not argue with the mind. You don't wrestle it. You just redirect it, like you would redirect a frightened child who keeps running toward the street. You take its hand and you say, come back here, sweetheart. You bring it back to your breath. You bring it back to your body. You bring it back to a sentence that nourishes, and you repeat it. Be patient with yourself. You are learning. You are training a nervous system that may have lived in survival for a very long time. You are teaching yourself that you can feel disappointment without turning it into identity. You are teaching yourself that you can be delayed without being denied. You are teaching yourself that you can be guided without knowing the full map. Let's make it even more practical. The moment the door closes, do this tiny 3-step ritual, because simple is powerful. Step 1. Name the feeling without drama. I feel disappointed. I feel scared. I feel angry. Just name it. Step 2. Soothe the body. Hand on heart. Breathe slowly. Relax the jaw. Soften the belly. Step 3. Speak the new meaning. Life loves you enough to redirect you. Thank you for protecting me from what is not for me. I know something better is coming. I am being led. That's it. That's the whole ritual. And if you do it every time you are rewiring the part of you that used to spiral, you are building trust, not trust in a fantasy. Trust in your ability to stay loving and present. Now I want to talk about something that will make this ritual even more effective. Stop treating the closed door as a final door. Many people look at one closed door and decide this is how life is. But life is not one door. Life is a hallway full of doors. Life is movement. Life is seasons. Life is timing. And timing is not just when. Timing is also who you are when it arrives. Because sometimes the door doesn't open until you are the version of you who can walk through it with peace. Sometimes you want the relationship, but you are still abandoning yourself. Sometimes you want the job, but you are still terrified of being seen. Sometimes you want the money, but you still believe you don't deserve it. And life in its kindness gives you time to grow into receiving, not because you are unworthy, because you are becoming ready, and readiness is not pressure. Readiness is a gentle strengthening. So instead of asking, why is this taking so long? Ask, what is life helping me become? That question turns waiting into preparation. That question turns a hallway into a training ground for self-trust. And when you feel impatient, notice that impatience is often fear. Fear of missing out. Fear of being left behind. Fear of not having enough time. So you soothe the fear with the truth. You are here now, and you can take the next step now. You do not have to leap the whole staircase. I don't have to know the whole road. I only need the next step. And the next step might be very ordinary. It might be cleaning your space. It might be updating a resume. It might be calling someone. It might be journaling one honest page. It might be drinking water, taking a walk, going to bed early. Do not underestimate the power of small, loving actions. Small actions tell the subconscious, I am supported. Small actions tell the nervous system, I have agency. And agency is the beginning of confidence. Now let's go even deeper, because the closed door ritual is not only about external doors, it is also about inner doors, the places in you that close when you feel fear. Some people close their heart. Some people close their voice. Some people close their creativity. Some people close their receiving. And when an outer door closes, it often triggers an inner door to slam shut. That's why I began with just open, not be strong, not be perfect, not be over it, just open, open enough to breathe, open enough to feel, Open enough to be kind to yourself. Open enough to say, I am still here. And when you stay open, life can move. When you close, life feels stuck. So if you want a secret, sweetheart, here it is. The outer doors respond to the inner doors. When you open inside, when you stop criticizing, when you soften the fear, when you choose trust, life has room to bring in the unexpected. So let's make this into a little practice you can use today. If something blocks you, do not ask, how do I make this stop? Ask, what would feel like relief right now? Relief is your compass. Relief may be crying. Relief may be telling the truth. Relief may be resting. Relief may be asking for help. Relief may be forgiving yourself for being human. Then take one step toward relief. And after you take that step, look in the mirror, yes, the mirror, and say one kind sentence. Because you are training a relationship with yourself, you might say, I'm proud of you for not abandoning yourself. Or you might say, good job, sweetheart. Or you might say, I'm here and we'll figure it out. This is not childish. This is reparenting. This is healing. This is you becoming the safe place you always needed. Now, I want to address one more thing. The fear that you will miss your life if you trust too much. The mind says, if I relax, nothing will happen. That is not true. Relaxing is not giving up. Relaxing is releasing resistance. Resistance is what keeps you stuck. When you relax, you become clearer. You become more intuitive. You become more magnetic. You can hear your inner guidance. You can see the next step, and you can feel when something is truly for you. You stop forcing. You stop chasing. You stop trying to win love or earn worthiness. You begin to live from alignment. And alignment is not loud. Alignment is calm. Alignment feels like this fits. So when a door closes, you do not interpret it as humiliation. You interpret it as refinement. You interpret it as life helping you choose what matches your heart. And here is the most important part of all. Don't punish yourself for feeling sad when a door closes. Feelings are not failures. Feelings are energy moving. Let the sadness move. Let it wash through. Cry if you need to cry. Shake your arms if you need to shake. Go for a walk. Talk to someone safe. Write it out. And then return to your ritual, not to suppress the feeling, but to hold it in love. This is how you become emotionally resilient. Resilience is not being numb. Resilience is being able to feel deeply and still stay kind. Resilience is the ability to say, yes, this hurts, and also say, I am being led. Both can be true. You can grieve the closed door and still trust life. You can feel disappointed and still be open. You can be uncertain and still be guided. So let's anchor this in your subconscious with repetition. Put your hand on your heart again. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, say, life loves you enough to redirect you. Breathe in, breathe out. Thank you for protecting me from what is not for me. I know something better is coming. Breathe in, breathe out. I am being led. Now let your shoulders soften. Let your face soften. Let your eyes soften. And imagine just for a moment, that life is not shutting you out. Life is guiding you guiding you inward, guiding you toward the part of you that knows. Because you do have an inner wisdom. You do. And it may have been quiet for a while under all the noise, but it is still there. When you stop panicking, you can hear it. When you stop blaming yourself, you can hear it. When you stop forcing, you can hear it. And that inner wisdom will always lead you to what is loving. Now, as we close this practice, I want you to do one small thing that makes this real. Take a piece of paper and write your new hallway sentence. Write it in big letters. I am being led. Put it where you can see it, and underneath it, write, a closed door can be protection. And underneath that, write the power sentence. Thank you for protecting me from what is not for me. I know something better is coming. This is not just decoration. This is training. This is you choosing a new relationship with life. And then, when the next door closes because life is always moving, you will not be shocked. You will not collapse. You will say, ah, redirection. You will breathe. You will open. You will ask, what is the next loving step? And step by step, you will become the kind of person who trusts life's timing without losing yourself. Sweetheart, you are not stuck. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are in a hallway, and hallways lead somewhere. Keep your heart open. Keep your breath slow. Keep your self-talk kind. And remember this, because it is the kindest truth. You are not being rejected. You are being guided. Well, have you ever noticed how you can pray for a miracle and then miss it because it didn't arrive wearing the outfit you expected? You were looking for a grand entrance, and life slipped something quiet into your day. You were waiting for a trumpet, and it came as a whisper. You were staring at one big locked door, and a tiny side door was already open right beside you, like a secret the universe was gently offering. And sweetheart, that is how life often works. Opportunity rarely comes in the exact shape you imagined. It doesn't always come as a check in the mail, a promotion, a perfect relationship walking straight toward you with a bow on top. Sometimes it comes as a new person who says one sentence that wakes you up. Sometimes it comes as a coffee invitation you almost decline because you don't feel like it. Sometimes it comes as a strange little idea you can't stop thinking about. Sometimes it comes as a detour that feels like inconvenience, until you realize it saved you from the wrong road. So today, I want to help you recognize the unexpected doors, because they are opening for you more often than you think. First, let's soften the old expectation. Many of us were trained to believe that good things have to look big, official, dramatic, and obvious. We think a door is only a door if it changes our life instantly. But life is not always like that. Life is intelligent. Life is layered. Life begins with seeds, not full-grown trees. So the first thing I want you to do is widen your definition of what a door can be. A door can be a new connection. A door can be a conversation that changes your mind. A door can be a sudden sense of clarity. A door can be a chance to learn a skill. A door can be a moment where you finally say, no more, and your boundaries become a doorway to your peace. A door can be a book that finds you at the perfect time. A door can be an unexpected delay that gives you time to heal. A door can be a message, a phone call, a new client, a new idea, a new route home that leads you past something you needed to see. When you expand your lens, you begin to notice that life is knocking all day long. Now, here is what I've seen again and again. People who feel stuck are often not stuck at all. They are simply trained to ignore the small openings because they are waiting for one big opening. And sweetheart, that waiting can become a kind of resistance. It's not that you're doing something wrong. It's that your mind has decided that only one shape counts as success. And when your mind does that, it filters out the evidence of support. It says, that doesn't count. That's too small. That's not the real thing. But those small things are often the beginning of the real thing. They are the hallway. They are the stepping stones. They are the universe saying, let me show you the next step. I don't have to know the whole road. I only need the next step. And life loves to give you the next step first, because the next step is what you can actually take. So let's practice recognizing what I call ordinary doors. An ordinary door might be a piece of advice that arrives right when you needed it. Someone says, have you tried this? And something clicks inside you. That is a door. An ordinary door might be inspiration to write something down. A sentence floats into your mind and you feel a little lift, a little spark. That is a door. An ordinary door might be a random invitation. Do you want to come? And your mind says, no, I'm tired. But your heart says, maybe. That little maybe is often where change begins. Because a door is not always a destination. Sometimes a door is simply movement. Sometimes it's a shift in your energy. Sometimes it's you saying yes to being seen, yes to learning, yes to connecting, yes to trying again. And I want to say something very clearly, because some people misunderstand this. Saying yes does not mean you say yes to everything. No, no, no. We are not here to exhaust ourselves and call it spirituality. We are here to learn discernment. We are here to learn boundaries that are loving. So when I say learn to say yes, I mean yes to the experiences that expand you, and no to the things that shrink you. Yes to what nourishes, no to what depletes. Yes to what feels open, no to what feels like self-betrayal. This is such an important distinction because many people have been trained to say yes out of guilt, and then they resent it, and then they collapse, and then they say, life doesn't support me, but life supports you when you support you. Life responds when you honor your own inner guidance. The point of power is always in the present moment. And in the present moment, you can feel the difference between expansion and contraction. So here is a simple way to recognize an unexpected door. It often brings a feeling of expansion in the body, even if you are nervous. You might feel a little flutter in your belly, but also a sense of aliveness. You might feel a little fear, but also curiosity. You might feel uncertain, but also a quiet excitement. That's often a door. A contraction feels different. Contraction feels like tightness in the throat, heaviness in the chest, dread, obligation, I should, I have to. They'll be mad if I don't. That's not an empowered yes. That's a fear yes. And fear yes leads to exhaustion. So we are not doing fear yes. We are doing love yes. We are doing aligned yes. We are doing the yes that respects your nervous system and your values and your time. Now let me give you examples, because I want your mind to start recognizing the patterns. An unexpected door might be a new person who enters your life. Not a soulmate, not a savior, just a person. A neighbor, a colleague, a friend of a friend. And you think, this doesn't matter. But then they mention an opportunity, a resource, a class, a job opening, a shared interest. And suddenly you're in a new room of your life you didn't even know existed. An unexpected door might be a small meeting, a coffee, a quick chat, a short phone call, and you leave feeling lighter. You leave feeling clearer. You leave with one new idea. That's a door. An unexpected door might be an idea that comes in the shower, or while you're driving, or right before sleep. It feels simple, even silly. You think, why would I do that? And yet that idea is the thread that leads to the sweater. That idea is the seed that leads to the harvest. And you don't have to understand it fully to honor it. You just take one step. And here is another thing I want you to notice. Sometimes a door opens disguised as a no. You applied and you didn't get it. You reached out and you didn't hear back. You wanted something and it didn't happen. And your mind says, closed door. But life says, redirection. And redirection is also a door. It's a door away from what doesn't match you. It's a door toward what does. Life loves you enough to redirect you. This is not spiritual sugarcoating. This is wisdom. Because sometimes the door you were trying to open would have required you to shrink, to compromise your self-respect, to abandon your peace. And you don't see it yet because you are standing too close to the door. When you step back, when you breathe, when you trust, you begin to see the bigger picture. So how do we train ourselves to recognize these doors daily? We do it the same way we train anything, awareness and repetition. Every day, even if you have 5 minutes, you ask a simple question. What is opening for me today? Not what is wrong, not what is missing, not why is this hard? Those questions train your mind to find problems. We are not doing that. We are training your mind to find support, to find openings, to find guidance. And I know some people will say, but Louise, I'm in a difficult situation. I understand. And that is exactly why you practice this. Because when you are in difficulty, the mind narrows. It goes into survival. It becomes tunnel vision. And tunnel vision can miss the very help that is available. So you widen, you soften, you ask the question, you look for the small. Let's do a tiny practice together right now. Put your hand on your heart, take a slow breath in, and as you breathe out, ask gently, what is one small door that could open for me today? Then listen. Don't force an answer. Just listen. You might hear. Send that message. Take a walk. Write one page. Drink water. Apply for that thing. Clean your desk. Say no to that? Say yes to that? The answer might be simple, and simple is fine. The universe does not need you to be dramatic. The universe needs you to be receptive. I am open and receptive to wonderful, good experiences coming into my life. And when you are receptive, you act on the small nudge. Now I want to talk about the two words that block doors more than almost anything. It doesn't count. That sentence shuts down miracles, because miracles are not always loud. Miracles are often accumulative. They are often a series of small doors, one after another, each one leading you closer. And when you dismiss the small, you dismiss the path. You say, "That's not enough." But the universe doesn't respond well to not enough. It responds beautifully to appreciation. It responds to receiving. So when something small supports you, someone is kind, someone offers help, you get an idea, you find a resource, you feel relief, you say thank you, not because you're trying to be polite, because gratitude tells the subconscious, this is real. Gratitude says, more of this is welcome. Gratitude is like opening the window. It lets the air move. And sweetheart, let's make this even more empowering. You can participate with the doors that are opening. You are not just waiting. You are co-creating. Every time you choose a nourishing thought, you align yourself with better outcomes. Every time you soothe your nervous system, you make yourself available for clarity. Every time you practice self-love, you stop rejecting the very good you want. Because many people want doors to open, but they are terrified of walking through. They want love, but they don't feel lovable. They want success, but they don't feel worthy. They want visibility, but they fear judgment. So the practice is not only spot the door, the practice is become the version of you who can say yes to the door. And that version of you is not built through pressure. It's built through kindness. It's built through consistency. It's built through learning to stay with yourself. So here is a gentle boundary practice that keeps your yes clean and your no loving. When something new appears, an invitation, an idea, an opportunity, ask yourself two questions. First, does this expand me? Second, does this respect me? If it expands you and respects you, it's likely a door. If it expands you but doesn't respect you, you can adjust the boundary. You can say yes with conditions. You can say yes in a way that honors your energy. If it respects you but doesn't expand you, it may be a rest door, a recovery door, and those are important too. Sometimes the unexpected door is rest. Sometimes it is healing. Sometimes it is solitude. Sometimes it is saying, not today. And that is also life supporting you. Life is not always pushing you outward. Sometimes life is bringing you inward to strengthen, to nourish, to prepare. Now I want you to take this into your day with something playful and simple. Let's create a little door log. Nothing fancy, just a note on your phone or a piece of paper. At the end of the day, write down 3 small doors that opened. They can be tiny. I had a good conversation. I got a helpful idea. I found the right information. I said no, and I felt proud. I took a walk, and I felt calmer. Someone smiled at me. I finished one task. I slept better. These are doors. They are doors into a new inner reality. And when your inner reality changes, your outer reality follows. This is not magic. This is consciousness. This is attention. This is the direction of your mind. And because you are creating content and community, I want to include your interaction prompt in a way that feels warm and real, like we're sitting together. So here is what I want you to ask your audience, and I want you to ask yourself too. Before you close today, look back over the last few hours and ask, what knocked? What showed up? What felt like a hint? What felt like a nudge? And then invite them to comment with one word, not a paragraph, one word. Because one word is easy and it builds awareness. Idea, friend, calm, help, delay, rest, invitation, message, clarity, courage. And when they comment, they will be training their minds too. They will begin to see the doors. They will begin to trust timing. They will begin to feel supported. Now let's anchor it with the affirmation, because we always want the mind to have something to return to. Say it with me now, slowly, lovingly. Unexpected doors are opening for me every day. Breathe. And again, unexpected doors are opening for me every day. And one more time, softer. Unexpected doors are opening for me every day. Now add the second line. I trust life's timing. Again, I trust life's timing. And again, I trust life's timing. Feel what those words do inside you. They don't ask you to pretend. They ask you to open. They ask you to soften. They ask you to stop wrestling and start receiving. So today, sweetheart, widen your eyes a little. Widen your definition of good. Let the small count. Let the ordinary be holy. Let the coffee invitation be a door. Let the new idea be a door. Let the timely advice be a door. Let the no that protects you be a door. Let the little shift in your mood be a door. And when you feel fear, return to love. Return to your breath. Return to your hand on your heart. Return to the truth that you are guided, you are supported, and you do not have to see the whole staircase. The point of power is always in the present moment. And in this present moment, you can choose to notice. You can choose to say yes to what nourishes. You can choose to say no to what shrinks you. You can choose to trust that life is not teasing you, it is leading you. Have you ever noticed how you can stand in front of a new door, feel it calling you, feel your life tugging forward, and yet your hands are still gripping an old doorknob behind you? It's almost comical when we see it, sweetheart. We say, I want something new, and our bodies lean toward the new, but our fingers are clenched around the old story, the old regret, the old resentment, the old fear that whispers, it's too late. And then we wonder why nothing moves. It isn't that life is withholding. It's that your hands are full. You cannot hold the past tightly and hold the future tenderly at the same time. So today we're going to do something very gentle and very powerful. We're going to clear your hands so you have room to receive what is already reaching for you. Think of it like this. If your hands are gripping an old door, an old relationship, an old identity, an old disappointment, an old version of you who did the best she could, then your nervous system stays in a kind of bracing. It stays in hold on mode. And when you are in hold-on mode, even good things can feel threatening, because newness requires openness, and openness requires safety. So the work is not forcing the new door. The work is softening the grip. The work is returning your energy to yourself. That's what letting go really is. It is not erasing memory. It is not pretending nothing happened. It is not saying what hurt you was okay. Letting go is simply refusing to pay rent to the past with your daily energy. It is choosing to come home to yourself. Right now, place one hand in front of you as if you were holding on to something. Just imagine it. Maybe it's resentment. Maybe it's regret. Maybe it's the ache of, I should have. Maybe it's the fear of, I missed my chance. Maybe it's that heavy self-blame that keeps replaying the same scene in your mind, hoping it will end differently. Now, without drama, without struggle, simply loosen your fingers. You do not have to throw anything. You do not have to fight anything. Just soften your grip and whisper these words like a kindness you're finally allowing. I release the past with love. Take a breath and say it again, slower. I release the past with love. And one more time, gently, as if you were speaking to your own frightened child. I release the past with love. Now, sweetheart, I want you to understand why this matters so much. When you keep holding resentment, you keep your body in the same chemistry. You keep your heart in the same contraction. When you keep holding regret, you keep your mind facing backward. When you keep holding self-blame, you keep punishing the very person who is trying to heal you. And that punishment becomes a closed fist. And a closed fist cannot receive. It cannot hold the hand of the new. It cannot turn the knob of the next opportunity. It cannot accept support. It cannot feel life's timing. So we clear the hands, not because you are wrong for having feelings, but because you deserve freedom. You deserve to have your energy back. And there is another old door people cling to without realizing it, the door labeled, "It's too late." Oh, that one is so sneaky. It sounds practical. It sounds grown up. It sounds like reality, but it is not reality. It is a belief. It is a dusty belief, and beliefs can be cleaned. Because too late is usually just fear wearing a calendar. Fear says, you missed it. Love says, begin where you are. Fear says, you don't have time. Love says, you have this moment. And sweetheart, the point of power is always in the present moment. The present moment is never too late. The present moment is always available. Now let's do something very Louise, very soothing, very simple. We are going to wash the mind and the body with what I call healing light, not as a fantasy, not as a performance, as a nervous system practice, as an energetic cleansing, as a way to let your whole being receive the truth again. Close your eyes for a moment, if you can, and imagine a soft golden light above your head, not blinding, not harsh, gentle, like late afternoon sunlight. Now let it begin at the forehead, because this is where you hold so many thoughts. Let it move through the forehead like warm honey, loosening the tight beliefs. I'm not good enough. I'm behind. No one supports me. Let that light soften those thoughts without arguing with them. You don't have to fight them. You simply let the light pass through. And as you exhale, whisper, I let it go. Again, breathe in and breathe out. I let it go. Now let the golden light move down into your throat, because your throat is where your words live, and your words are doorways. Many people shut doors with their own mouths without even noticing. They say, this never works. Nothing changes. I can't. I'm stuck. Let the light move through the throat and cleanse the habit of speaking against yourself. And as you exhale, whisper again, I let it go. Feel your throat soften. Feel your jaw relax. Feel your tongue rest. Let your voice become kinder inside you. Now let the light move into the heart, because the heart is where you decide what you believe about life. Some hearts are tired. Some hearts are guarded. Some hearts have been disappointed so many times they learn to expect less just to avoid pain. Let the golden light enter the heart and warm it like a blanket. Let it touch the part of you that says, it's not safe to hope. Let it touch the part of you that says, if I want it, I'll lose it. And breathe out, I let it go. You don't have to force hope. You only have to stop strangling it. Now let the light move down into the belly, because the belly is safety. The belly is instinct. The belly is the place that clenches when you feel uncertain. Let the light fill the belly like warmth in cold hands. Let it tell your body, we are safe in the waiting. We are safe in the unfolding. And as you exhale, I let it go. Again, I let it go. One more time, softer, I let it go. Now, while you still feel that light, I want you to plant a few new truths, not as pressure, but as nourishment. Say them slowly, like you are feeding them to your subconscious mind. And sweetheart, even if your conscious mind argues, your subconscious listens. It hears the repetition. It hears the kindness. It begins to make a new home for you. I am worthy of good. It is never too late. Life is opening the right doors for me. Say them again, even more gently. I am worthy of good. It is never too late. Life is opening the right doors for me. And one more time, like a lullaby to your inner child, I am worthy of good. It is never too late. Life is opening the right doors for me. Now, let's talk about the part of you that already knows the way. You have an inner compass. You have an inner guidance system. Most people don't trust it because they think intuition has to be loud, dramatic, psychic, thunderbolts. But intuition is usually very simple. It's often the first quiet thought. It comes without panic. It feels clean. It feels like one step, not a whole staircase. Fear, on the other hand, is pushy. Fear demands a guarantee. Fear wants the entire plan right now. Fear says, decide or else. Fear says, hurry. Intuition says, here. Intuition says, this. Intuition says, next. And that's all you need. So here is how you learn the difference. When you feel rushed, pressured, frantic, pause. Put your hand on your heart and ask, is this loving? Not, is this fast? Not, will this impress someone? Not, will this fix everything today? Just, is this loving? A loving step has a different flavor. A loving step might still be brave, but it isn't violent. It doesn't require you to abandon yourself. It doesn't require you to override your body. A loving step respects timing. A loving step is guided. And there is a practice I want you to try at night, because nighttime is wonderful for the subconscious. Your conscious mind gets tired. It stops arguing as much. So before you sleep, ask one question, only one, because one is enough. Ask, next loving step? Then let it go. Don't chase the answer. Don't demand. Don't negotiate. Ask and rest. And it's amazing, sweetheart, how answers arrive. They can arrive as a dream. They can arrive as a phrase you wake up with. They can arrive as a coincidence the next day. A book falls off a shelf. A person calls. You see a sentence that feels like it was written for you. Life has many ways of speaking. The work is not forcing. The work is listening. Now I want to say something practical, because I want this to land in your everyday life. A door can open, and you still have to walk through. Life may present the opportunity, and you still have to show up. The universe can arrange, but you participate. And participation does not mean big, heroic leaps. It means small, inspired action. It means one next right thing. It means a step your nervous system can handle. So I'm going to offer you 3 small actions. You do not need to do all 3. Choose one, just one, because one is a doorway. First, send one message, a simple connection, a follow-up, a thank you, an email, a reach out. Not a desperate plea, just a gentle opening. Hi, I was thinking of you. Can we talk? I'd love to learn more. That's a door. Second, learn for 15 minutes, not 5 hours, not a total life overhaul. 15 minutes. Watch a video, read a page, practice a skill. You are telling life, I am preparing. You are telling your subconscious, I am capable. That's a door. Third, clear one small space. A corner of your desk, your phone screen, one folder, one drawer, one part of your calendar. Because clutter is often a physical form of holding on. When you clear space, you send a message. There is room for the new, and life hears that. As you choose your one small step, say this affirmation because it keeps your energy gentle and guided. I take inspired action with ease. Again, I take inspired action with ease. And one more time, I take inspired action with ease. Now, sweetheart, let's come to the heart of it. Your job is not to kick down doors. Your job is not to prove your worth by struggling. Your job is not to exhaust yourself and call it growth. Your job is to keep your heart open, to keep your hands clear, and to move when it is time. Life is not asking you to be perfect. Life is asking you to be present. Life is asking you to be willing. Life is asking you to stop abandoning yourself in the hallway, because here is the truth I want you to carry. You are not forgotten. You are not being punished. You are not behind. You are being guided. Even the delays can guide you. Even the closed doors can guide you. Even the uncomfortable waiting can guide you, because it's teaching you to trust your inner compass, to strengthen your self-support, to refine what you truly want. And when you finally arrive at the right door, you won't just walk through as the old version of you. You'll walk through as someone who can receive, someone who can hold the good, someone who can stay. So let's close the way we began, gently, lovingly, and with rhythm. Put your hand on your heart again. Take a breath, and we'll say this like a soft prayer 3 times, slowing down each time, letting it sink deeper. My heart is open. I trust life's timing. Unexpected doors open for me every day. Again, slower. My heart is open. I trust life's timing. Unexpected doors open for me every day. And one more time, like a blessing over your whole life, my heart is open. I trust life's timing. Unexpected doors open for me every day. And sweetheart, when you feel yourself gripping an old door, don't scold yourself. Just notice, just soften, just come back, because you are learning. You are unfolding. You are being led, and life loves you, and so do I.